I was a fine art painter at school in London in '76. I was working with bands, part of that whole punk movement. Started doing record sleeves for the bands. Started being asked to make music videos for the bands I was doing record sleeves for. And without really knowing what it was, I was more interested in art than camera, so I was a designer. And really it just was a series of things like that. I was working music videos in London, and then I came doing music videos in LA right at the beginning, pre-MTV. And those directors started making commercials. So I worked with David Fincher for about a year as he transitioned into commercials, and then those commercials directors started making movies, and so I started working with them. I think that, there's a big mix-up. I heard Bill talking about this between art director and production designer. I think there's a long tradition, and I think it starts in the way that film is taught, design for film is taught, that you are somewhat of a service industry for the director and the producers to just build sets for whatever scripts are being written. So I think that fundamentally the job is changing anyway, but I think it's always been part of this very interesting creative triangle between the director, cinematographer and designer, where the kind of inceptive process actually starts. The change in technology has had this, to my mind, a fundamental liberation of the creative process. I'm not adept at any kind of digital photography, digital technology, but I am enormously interested in how much more easy it is to translate the abstract visual idea into something that's material and can be put in front of the lens or can be explored cinematographically. And I think that because of the enormous increase in complexity of the visual space now, and that's got a lot to do with where all of our media are sort of flowing into this very broad world now, kind of transmedia space, where you don't necessarily know when you start a project what it's going to be in terms of a medium. You've got to have this sophisticated way of grabbing the ideas, of creating a space where visual ideas can be explored.